Good morning, students. So in the last class we have discussed about design of integrator and differentiator. Now we will discuss about active filters. Active filters. So what is a filter? We will see what is filter. So what are the advantages of active filters? What are the different types of active filters? So all these things we are going to discuss here. So filter means, so first of all, what is a filter? What is the definition of filter? So filter is a circuit. A filter is a circuit that is designed to pass a specified band of frequencies and attenuates all the signals outside that band. So filter is a frequency selective circuit. Filter is a frequency selective circuit. So it passes a specified band of frequencies and attenuates the remaining frequencies. Attenuates the remaining frequencies. Only it passes some band of frequencies. So it is a frequency selective circuit. Filter is a frequency selective circuit. So filters are classified as active filters and passive filters. So filters are classified as active filters and passive filters. So the passive filter network uses only the passive elements. A passive filter uses the passive elements such as resistors, inductors and capacitors. The active filter circuit uses the active components such as op amps, transistors, along with the resistors, inductors and capacitors. So there are two types of filters, active filters and passive filters. So the passive filter consists of the passive components, so like resistors, inductors and capacitors. But the active filter consists of the active elements, so like transistors, operational amplifiers, along with the resistors and capacitors. So modern active filters do not use the inductors. So active filters do not use inductors because inductors are bulky and non-linear. So the inductors are not used in the active filters. And the inductors generate the stray magnetic fields. So that's why in the active filters we don't have the inductors. So the active filters consist of the active components along with the resistors and capacitors. If you see the advantage of active filters, so active filters size is less. Active filter size is less. Here the op amp can be easily controlled. The op amp can be easily controlled. So due to flexibility in gain and frequency adjustments, the active filters can be easily tuned. The active filters can be easily tuned. Here the inductors are absent in the active filters. So the active filters are more economical. The active filters are more economical. Here the inductors are absent. So the active filters can be realized under number of class of functions, so such as Butterworth, Thomson, Chebyshev, Carr, etc. So they are the different types of active filters. If you see the advantage, so size is less. So due to availability of modern ICs, variety of cheaper op amps are available. So due to flexibility in gain and frequency adjustments, the active filters can be easily tuned. The op amp has high input impedance and low output impedance. So the active filters using op amp do not cause any loading effect of the source and load. So there is no loading effect on the source and load because The active filters, the op amp has high input impedance and low output impedance. So due to this, there is no loading effect on the source and load. Here the inductors are absent. So these filters are more economical. So these are the advantages of active filters over passive filters. So these are here, see here, the most commonly used filters are low pass filter, high pass filter, band pass filter, band reject filter, and all pass filter. So the most commonly used filters are low pass filter, high pass filter, band pass filter, band elimination or band reject filter. Band elimination or band reject filter. The active filters response is very good compared to passive filters. Here the design procedure is simpler than the passive filters. See here, the frequency response, the ideal and practical frequency response of the filters. See here, it is a low pass filter frequency response. See the ideal graph and practical graph. So frequency characteristics of the low pass filter. The low pass filter, so it is the FH is the cutoff frequency. In the low pass filter, it allows the range of frequencies from 0 to FH. The low pass filter allows the range of frequencies from 0 to FH. So below FH, the low pass filter allows the below FH frequencies. So this range is known as pass band. Here this range is known as pass band. The range of frequencies beyond FH is completely attenuated. So this band is called stop band. This band is called stop band. So in the low pass filter, it allows the range of frequencies from 0 to FH, and it attenuates the range of frequencies above FH. Okay, so below FH this band is pass band, and above FH this band is called stop band. Practically, the gain of the filter decreases as the frequency increases, right? Here in the low pass filter, the gain of the filter decreases as the frequency increases. At F equal to FH, the gain is down by 3 decibels. At F equal to FH, the gain is down by 3 decibels, and after FH, it decreases at a higher rate, right? After FH, the gain decreases. So after the end of the transition band, the gain becomes 0. See here. So after end of this transition band, here the gain becomes 0. So in the low pass filter, the gain decreases with the frequency. So if frequency increases, the gain decreases. Okay. So next, see the ideal and practical frequency response of high pass filter. High pass filter. For a high pass filter, FL is the lower cutoff frequency. For the high pass filter, FL is the lower cutoff frequency. In this, the range of frequency from 0 to FL, the range of frequencies from 0 to FL is attenuated by the filter. So this band is called stop band, and it allows the frequencies after FH, after the cutoff frequency, after FL. The high pass filter allows the frequencies after FL. So this band is called pass band. Okay. So these are the characteristics of the frequency characteristics of the low pass filter and high pass filter. So next, see the characteristics of band pass filter. Band pass filter. Here the band pass filter has two stop bands. See here, see the characteristics of the band pass filter. It has two stop bands. The range of frequency from 0 to FL and the range of frequency from FH to infinity. So it has two stop bands. First stop band is between 0 to FL and second stop band between FH to infinity. And it allows the frequencies from FL to FH. So the band pass filter, it passes some band of frequencies and it attenuates the remaining frequencies. So between FL and FH, it passes the frequencies between FL and FH. So that's why here the bandwidth is FH minus FL. Here the bandwidth is FH minus FL. So see the ideal characteristics and practical characteristics of the band pass filter. So it allows only some band of frequencies. So it allows the frequencies between FL and FH, and it attenuates the frequencies so less than FL and greater than FH. So that is about band pass filter. Next, if you see the band reject filter, band reject filter or band elimination filter. It is also called band elimination filter. Or band stop filter. It is also called band stop filter or band reject filter or band elimination filter. So these characteristics are exactly opposite of band pass filter characteristics. So band stop filter characteristics are opposite to the characteristics of band pass filter. So band stop filter characteristics are opposite to the characteristics of band pass filter. Here it has two pass bands. In the band reject filter or band stop filter, it has two pass bands. One pass band is between 0 and FL, and another pass band is from FH to infinity. So it has two pass bands, whereas in band pass filter it has two stop bands, but in the band reject filter it has two pass bands and one stop band. At frequency f equal to fc, the practical characteristics shows a notch, and so that's why this filter is called as notch filter. So observe in the waveform, at f equal to fc, this characteristics shows a notch. So that's why this filter is also called notch filter. At the frequency fc in both band pass and band elimination filters is called center frequency. In the band pass filter and band elimination filters, the frequency fc is called center frequency. So it is approximately at the center of the pass band and stop band for the two filters. So fc is the center frequency for the band pass filter and band reject filters. So it is about low pass filter, high pass filter, band pass and band elimination filter characteristics, frequency characteristics. So next one is all pass filter. So in the all pass filter, it passes all the frequencies, but it produces the phase shift between input and output. The all pass filter passes all the frequencies, but it produces the phase shift between the input and output. The output and input voltages are equal in magnitude for all the frequencies, but it has a phase shift between input and output. See the characteristics of the all pass filter. So these are the characteristics of the all pass filter. Okay. So it passes all the frequencies, but it has a phase shift between input and output. So next, see the first order low pass filter. First order low pass filter. So see the circuit. The first order low pass filter with op amp. So here the input is applied to the non-inverting terminal. Input is applied to the non-inverting terminal. Here we are having RC network, R and C components. So the design steps are, so choose a value of high cutoff frequency FH. So for the low pass filter, choose a value of high cutoff frequency FH. So select a value of C less than or equal to 1 microfarad and calculate the value of R. So finally we can calculate R1 and RF. Okay. So we know that the gain, here the gain is 1 plus RF by R1 because input is applied to the non-inverting terminal. So the gain of the non-inverting amplifier is 1 plus RF by R1. So AF equal to 1 plus RF by R1. And the upper cutoff, that is FH is, so 1 by 2 pi RC. So by using these two formulas, we can design the first order low pass filter. We can design the first order low pass filter. See here. Here what is the voltage at node V1? The voltage at V1, it is equal to minus JXC by R minus JXC. See here, voltage at V1. It is the voltage across the capacitor is, that is minus JXC by R minus JXC into V in. That is the node voltage V1. Here XC equal to 1 by 2 pi FC. If you substitute this XC in this equation, then we get V1 equal to minus J into 1 by 2 pi FC by 2 pi FCR minus J by 2 pi FC into V in. So it becomes minus J by 2 pi FCR minus J into V in equal to 1 by 1 plus J 2 pi FCR into V in. So from this we get V1 equal to V in by 1 plus J 2 pi FCR. V in by 1 plus J 2 pi FCR. So that is equal to V2. So here V1 equal to V2. Here V1 equal to V2. And we know the gain is 1 plus RF by R1. So V0 by V1 equal to 1 plus R. V0 by V1 is 1 plus RF by R1. So from this V0 equal to 1 plus RF by R1 into V1. So substitute V1 in this equation. Here V1 is this one, V in by 1 plus J 2 pi FC into R. So then output voltage V0 is 1 plus RF by R1 into V in by 1 plus J 2 pi FCR. So from this the gain is V0 by V in is JF by 1 plus JF by FH. So here FH is 1 by 2 pi RC. That is the cutoff frequency. FH is the cutoff frequency and F is the frequency of the input signal. AF is the pass band gain. So AF is 1 plus RF by R1. That is the pass band gain. F is the input signal frequency and FH is the cutoff frequency of the filter. That is 1 by 2 pi RC. So if you take the magnitude, so then mod V0 by V in is JF by square root of 1 plus F by FH whole square, and the phase angle is minus tan inverse F by FH. Okay. So it is a second order low pass Butterworth filter. In the first order low pass filter, so the design steps are choose a value of high cutoff frequency of H and select a value of C less than or equal to 1 microfarad and calculate the value of R. So using 1 by 2 pi FHC, right, and calculate R1 and RF. Okay, these are the design steps of the first order low pass filter. Here we have only one RC section. In the first order low pass filter we have only one RC section. In the second order low pass filter, So it is a second order low pass Butterworth filter. So a stop band response having minus 40 decibels per decade at the cutoff frequency is obtained with the second order low pass filter. A first order low pass filter can be converted into a second order low pass filter by using an additional RC network. So here we have two RC networks. In the first order low pass filter we have only one RC network, but here we have two RC networks. Okay, so at the input side we are having two RC networks. That is the second order low pass filter. So if it is third order low pass filter, we have three RC networks. So here FH is, the cutoff frequency FH is 1 by 2 pi RC. Here R is R2, R3, C is C2, C3. In the second order low pass filter, so the cutoff frequency is 1 by 2 pi RC. R, in the place of R it comes R2, R3, and in the place of C it is C2, C3. So here the voltage gain magnitude is mod V0 by Vin is AF by square root of 1 plus F by FH whole power 4. In the first order low pass filter it is whole square, but in the second order low pass filter it is AF by square root of 1 plus F by FH whole power 4. So that is about low pass filter. So next, if you see the high pass filter, first order high pass Butterworth filter. First of all, what is why it is called Butterworth filter? So here the filter in which the denominator polynomial of its transfer function is a Butterworth polynomial, so that's why it is called a Butterworth filter. Here the denominator polynomial of its transfer function is a Butterworth polynomial, so that's why it is called Butterworth filter. So if we see the high pass filter, first order high pass filter, see here in the low pass filter we have R and C sections. So just interchange these two components in the high pass filter. So interchange the R and C components. Then we get high pass filter. So see the circuit diagram of high pass filter. So these two components are interchanged. R and C components are interchanged. Here V0 is 1 plus RF by R1 into V1. So and V0 by Vin is AF into J F by FL by 1 plus J F by FL. Okay. So the procedure is same as in the low pass filter. So at F is less than FL, V0 by Vin is less than AF. At F equal to FL, V0 by Vin is less than AF by root 2. At F is greater than FL, V0 by Vin equal to AF. So that is the first order high pass filter. So the high pass filter passes the high frequencies and it detonates the low frequencies. Okay. So next, see the second order high pass Butterworth filter. Second order high pass Butterworth filter. So almost procedure is same as in the low pass filter, but the two R and C components are interchanged. It has two RC sections. It has two RC sections. So the input is applied to the non-inverting terminal. Here the gain is 1 plus RF by R1. So see the stop band and pass band. Here see the stop band and pass band. See here. So design a low pass filter at a frequency of 15.9 kHz with a pass band gain is 1.5. Design a low pass filter at a frequency of the cutoff frequency of 15.9 kHz. The pass band gain is 1.5. If the cutoff frequency is 15.9 kilohertz, choose C equal to 0.001 microfarads. So we know that in the low pass filter FH is 1 by 2 pi RC. So substitute FH R and C values, FH C as C value, then we will get R value. So it is 15.9 into 10 power 3, that is equal to 1 by 2 pi R into 0.001 to 10 power minus 6. So from this we get R, that is equal to 10 kilo ohms. Here AF is 1.5, the passband gain is 1.5. So AF equal to 1 plus, we know that AF is 1 plus RF by R1 for the non-inverting amplifier. So here RF by R1 equal to 0.5. So from this RF equal to 0.5 R1. So choose R1 is 10 kilo ohms. Here choose R1 and C values. Choose R1 is 10 kilo ohms. So from this we can get RF equal to 5 kilo ohms. So it is the design of low pass filter. So substitute all these values in the circuit diagram. Then see the frequency response. Here the transfer function of the filter, it is V0 by Vin is mod V0 by Vin equal to, we know that AF by square root of 1 plus F by FH whole square. That is the transfer function. See, it is the gain of the filter is this one. So substitute AF, F and FH values. See here. Assume first of all frequency is 5 Hz and calculate gain in decibels, and assume frequency is 10 Hz and calculate gain in decibels, that is 20 log V0 by Vin. Then so change the frequencies, so 100, 500, 1000, 5000, 10,000, 30,000. Okay, so for these frequencies calculate the gain. Here when the frequency increases, see here, when the frequency increases the gain decreases. That means it passes the lower frequencies. So from this graph we can identify it passes the lower frequencies. It passes the lower frequencies and it attenuates the higher frequencies. Okay, so it passes up to 15 kilohertz. It passes up to 15 kilohertz. See here, up to 15.9 it has, at 15.9 kilohertz it has 0.5. The gain in decibels is 0.5. So if we increase the frequency beyond 16 kilohertz, so then the gain decreases. So it is -3, -12 and so on, right? So it is the frequency response of the low pass filter. So take different frequencies and calculate the gain. So then we can draw the frequency response graph. Okay. So here the design steps are, so choose the cutoff frequency of H. So the design can be simplified by selecting R2, R3 equal to R and C2, C3 equal to C, and choose a value C less than or equal to 1 microfarad and calculate the R. So from FH is 1 by 2 pi RC, right? So in the second order low pass filter, it is FH becomes 1 by 2 pi R2, R3. So 1 by 2 pi square root of R2, R3, C2, C3. So based on this, we can design the first order and second order low pass filters. So with this, I am going to stop the presentation. Thank you.